Now we do the expression for magnetic moment of electron. For that we will write the Dirac Hamiltonian in an electromagnetic potential. In electromagnetic potential, the vector potential is given by A and the scalar potential is given by phi. Vector potential A and scalar potential is given by phi. We know the Dirac relativistic wave equation as E psi equal to the Dirac Hamiltonian is C alpha dot P plus beta m c square psi for a free particle. If there is a potential, then we should include the potential term. In electromagnetic potential, A is vector potential and phi is scalar potential. So when we write the Dirac relativistic wave equation in electromagnetic potential, the term E should be replaced by E minus E phi and P should be replaced by P minus EA by C. So the term E should be replaced by E minus E phi and P should be replaced by P minus EA by C. Here this term is C alpha dot P, or we can write it as alpha dot Cp. So Cp, C into P. So that should be replaced by C into P minus EA by C into EA by C. So it will be EA. So Cp should be replaced by Cp minus EA. So we can write this equation as E minus E phi operating on psi is equal to alpha dot Cp minus EA plus beta m c square operating on psi. Taking all the terms to left hand side, we can write this as, this equation can be written as E minus E phi minus alpha dot Cp minus EA minus beta m c square operating on psi is equal to 0. I am taking this as equation number 1. So this is the relativistic wave equation in the case of electromagnetic potential, where A is the vector potential and phi is the scalar potential. For finding the magnetic moment of electron, for finding magnetic moment of Dirac particle, we will multiply this equation from left by E minus E phi plus alpha dot Cp minus EA plus beta m c square. We will multiply this equation by this term from left. So here it is E minus E phi minus of alpha dot Cp minus EA minus beta m c square. I am taking minus common from these two terms. So it will be minus of alpha dot Cp minus EA plus beta m c square. This equation I am multiplying with this one. So we can write it as E minus E phi then plus alpha dot Cp minus EA plus beta m c square into this one. This is E minus E phi then minus of alpha dot Cp minus EA plus beta m c square into this is operating on psi, that is equal to 0. So this equation we can write it as E minus E5 plus alpha dot Cp minus Ea plus beta m c square. Another one is into E minus E5 minus alpha dot Cp minus Ea plus beta m c square, the whole into psi equal to 0. So E minus E5 into E minus E5, that first time we can write it as E minus E5 the whole square. E minus E5 the whole square. Now plus E minus E5 into minus this term. So it will be minus E minus E5 into this one alpha dot Cp minus Ea plus beta m c square. This one into this one. Now this term into this one, that will be plus alpha dot Cp minus Ea plus beta m c square, alpha dot Cp minus Ea plus beta m c square into E minus E5. This into this one into this one, then this one into this one. Now this term into second term, product of alpha dot this term into this one. So this is plus minus, so it will be minus alpha dot Cp minus Ea plus beta m c square into alpha dot Cp minus Ea plus beta m c square, the whole thing operating on wave function psi equal to 0. So first I have operated from left E minus E5 plus alpha dot Cp minus Ea plus beta m c square. Then I found the product and we are having 4 terms like this. Now I expand each term. So this term we can write it as, this term I am preserving as such. So it will be E minus E5 the whole square. Now multiply this one with this one and open this bracket. Then I will be having minus of E minus E5 into first term is alpha dot Cp minus Ea. Second term is minus E minus E5 into beta m c square. So these two terms we have written here. Now expand this bracket, then it will be plus alpha dot Cp minus Ea into E minus E5, then plus beta m c square into E minus E5. Now expand this bracket, minus alpha dot Cp minus Ea, alpha dot Cp minus Ea into alpha dot Cp minus Ea. So it will be alpha dot Cp minus Ea square, then minus alpha dot Cp minus Ea into beta m c square. beta MC square. Now minus beta MC square into alpha dot Cp minus Ea. Now the last term minus beta into beta square m square c raised to 4. Now the whole thing operating on psi is equal to 0. I am taking this as equation number 1. I don't know whether I have missed any term. You please check that. You expand this, all these brackets, then you will be getting a term like this one. Now this term beta square, we know beta square. What is beta square? Beta square equal to 1. Beta square is equal to 1. So we are writing E minus E phi the whole square, then minus m square c raised to 4. These two terms I have written there. M square c raised to 4. Now minus E phi alpha dot Cp minus Ea. Here minus E phi beta MC square. E minus E phi beta MC square. Another term is there. E minus beta MC square into E minus E phi. E and beta, alpha and beta commutes with E and P. E and P are commuting each other. E is differential with respect to T and P is differential with respect to space component. So they are independent coordinates. So E and P always commute each other. So we can write EP minus PA, that is always equal to 0. EP minus PA, that should be equal to 0. Now beta is not having any differential with respect to time. Beta is independent of x. It is independent of t. It is not having any differential with respect to space component. It is not having any differential with respect to time component. Alpha and beta are independent of t, x, dou by dou t and dou by dou x. So they are independent of E and P. Alpha and beta are independent of E and P. So they commute each other. Beta E minus E beta, that should be equal to 0, or E beta E is same as E beta. Like that alpha E, EP equal to PA, beta E equal to E beta, alpha E equal to E alpha, like that beta P, that should be equal to P beta, alpha P, that should be equal to P alpha. Now see this equation, E minus E phi into beta MC square. Phi beta is same as beta phi. Phi is a scalar quantity and we are multiplying beta by a scalar number. So multiplying from left or right, that doesn't matter. So phi beta is same as beta phi. So this term is E minus E phi into beta, MC square is constant. So this, here it is beta MC square into E minus E phi. So beta into E is same as E into beta. Beta into phi is same as phi into beta. So we can cancel these two terms. These two terms will get cancelled each other. Now consider this term, this one and this one. This is minus alpha dot Cp minus Ea into beta MC square. This is minus beta MC square alpha dot Cp minus Ea. MC square is constant, so we can take it out. So here we will be having alpha beta, and here this beta is commuting with A, beta is commuting with the P, like that alpha is commuting with the P and alpha is commuting with the A. So we can write this term as Cp minus Ea into beta as beta into Cp minus Ea, or we can write it as alpha beta dot Cp minus Ea into MC square. Taking these two terms, beta and alpha are anti-commuting operators. and P commutes with the beta, A commutes with the beta. So we can change the order of operation of these two. Cp minus Ea into beta is same as beta into Cp minus Ea. So this will be alpha dot beta into Cp minus Ea, or we can write it as minus of alpha beta dot Cp minus Ea into mc square. This term is beta alpha dot Cp minus Ea into mc square. So beta alpha is minus alpha beta. So if I change this beta alpha, this is beta alpha is equal to minus alpha beta, since they are anti-commuting operators. So we can write this as plus mc square into alpha beta. So this is plus mc square into alpha beta. Beta is scalar, alpha is a vector. So alpha into beta dot Cp minus Ea. Alpha is having three components. Beta is having only one value, one matrix. So this one alpha beta dot Cp minus Ea. This one is alpha beta dot Cp minus Ea. So here minus, and this will become plus. So these two terms will get cancelled. So these two cancel each other. So the remaining terms, when we write the remaining terms, E minus E5 the whole square minus m square c raised to 4, that is last term, beta square is 1. Now take this term, expand this one, minus E alpha dot C I am writing here, C E alpha dot P, C E alpha dot P. Now minus plus E, then E alpha dot A, plus then E alpha dot A. Now minus plus, then multiplying this one with this one, plus EC phi alpha dot P plus EC phi alpha dot P. Now minus E into E square minus E square phi alpha dot A, phi alpha dot A. So these two brackets we have opened, and we got these four terms from this one. Now take this one, plus alpha dot Cp into E. C constant I am taking out, so it is C alpha dot Pe. C alpha dot Pe. Now minus Ce alpha dot P into phi, minus EC alpha dot P into phi. Take these two times alpha dot, so minus E alpha dot A into E, alpha dot A into E. Now alpha dot P phi minus alpha dot AE. Now alpha dot minus E, that will be plus E square alpha dot A phi plus E square alpha dot A phi. This is this one cancel, this cancel out. Now take this term, that one is minus alpha dot Cp minus Ea the whole square. Cp minus Ea the whole square. Now this one cancel out. This one we have written here. So the whole thing operating on wave function psi is equal to 0. This I am taking it as equation number 2. First term E minus E phi the whole square minus m square c raised to 4. Now alpha and E are commuting each other. Alpha commutes with E. So we can change its order. E alpha is same as alpha E. So it will be minus C alpha E dot P, or we can write alpha dot EP. Alpha dot EP. This term I have written here as minus C alpha dot EP. Now another term containing E and P, this one, plus C alpha dot PE, plus C alpha dot PE, alpha dot PE. This term plus E alpha is same as alpha E, so it is alpha E dot A, or we can write alpha dot EA. E is, when we operate this E with the psi, we will be getting energy eigenvalue E. If I take energy eigenvalue, then we can write it as alpha E dot A is same as alpha dot EA. So it is alpha dot EA. This term is alpha dot EA. Now identical term alpha dot AE. So here this term is minus C alpha dot AE, minus C alpha dot AE. Now this one plus EC phi alpha commutes with the phi, so we can write it as alpha phi dot P or alpha dot phi P. Alpha dot phi P. This one alpha dot phi P. Identical term we are having this one minus CE alpha dot P phi. Alpha dot P phi. This term. Now the remaining term minus E square phi alpha is same as alpha phi, so it is alpha phi dot A, or we can write alpha dot phi A. It's alpha dot phi A. Now alpha dot phi A, identical term, this one, identical to that one, we will be having on term here, plus E square alpha dot A phi, alpha dot A phi. Then we have taken this one here, all these terms. Now the last term minus alpha dot Cp minus Ea the whole square. Cp minus alpha dot Cp minus Ea into alpha dot Cp minus Ea. The whole square, the whole thing operating on psi, that is equal to 0. Now we can simplify this equation. I am taking this equation as equation number 3. This as equation number 3. We know that E is operator with respect to t and P is operator with respect to space coordinates. Space and time coordinates are independent coordinates. So these two terms EP will be same as PE. EP is same as PE. So these two terms will get cancelled. Minus C alpha dot EP is same as C alpha dot EP is same as C alpha dot P. Here minus and plus, so that two terms will cancel each other. Now, this one, phi and A phi is same as phi A. A phi is same as phi A. So here minus E square alpha dot phi A plus E square alpha dot A phi. So these two terms get cancelled each other. So removing these terms, we can write this equation as E minus E phi the whole square minus m square c raised to 4. Now these two terms we can write it as plus E alpha dot EA minus AE. EA minus AE. Now these two terms we can write it as plus EC alpha dot phi P minus P phi. Phi P minus P phi. EA minus AE. Then EC alpha dot phi P minus P phi. Now the last term minus alpha dot CP minus EA, the whole square, the whole thing operating on psi is equal to 0. This one I am taking it as equation number 3. That simplified equation. Now we have to evaluate these last three terms. First I am taking this one. E alpha dot EA minus AE operating on the wave function psi. Take the first, second, third term on equation 3. This one E alpha dot EA minus AE into psi. E is IH bar dou by dou t. So this one will be, this is equal to E alpha dot, and taking only this term, and after that I will substitute for EA minus AE in this equation. So here E alpha dot I am keeping here only, and I am only taking EA minus AE operating on psi. So this will be EA minus AE. E is IH bar dou by dou t A psi operating on A psi minus A IH bar dou by dou t operating on psi. So IH bar dou by dou t of A psi will be IH bar dou A by dou t into psi plus IH bar A into dou psi by dou t. Now minus IH bar A into dou psi by dou t. So this will get cancelled. We will be having IH bar. This time we will be having IH bar dou A by dou t operating on into psi. So instead of this term EA minus AE, we can write it as IH bar dou A by dou t. Now take this one, I am taking it as EA minus AE operating on psi. IH bar dou A by dou t into psi. This I am taking it as equation 4. Now take this phi P minus P phi operating on psi. Phi P minus P phi. Phi P minus P phi operating on wave function psi equal to P is minus IH bar del. So it will be phi into minus IH bar del operating on psi. Then minus P is minus IH bar del operating on phi psi. Phi psi. Minus minus, so it will become plus. Plus IH bar del of phi, product of phi and psi. So this will be minus IH bar phi del psi. Then plus IH bar del phi into psi plus IH bar phi del psi. So this is minus IH bar phi del psi. This is plus IH bar phi del psi. So it will be IH bar del phi into psi. So taking these two terms, we can write it as third and fourth term. This one I am writing it as equation number 5. Now take the third and fourth term. Taking the third and fourth term of equation 3. This is E alpha dot EA minus AE. What is EA minus AE? EA minus AE is IH bar dou A by dou T, IH bar dou A by dou T operating on psi. Psi is written here. So E alpha dot IH bar dou A by dou T operating on wave function psi. Then plus EC alpha dot phi p minus p phi. Phi p minus p phi is IH bar del psi. Is IH bar del phi operating on wave function psi. That psi is written here. So this third and fourth term we can write it as E alpha IH bar dou A by dou T plus EC alpha dot IH bar del phi. These two terms I have written here. This can be simplified as I am taking EC alpha dot common. EC alpha dot, then this term will be, we can also take IH bar. ICEH bar. ICEH bar alpha dot, then this one will be del phi, and from here I am taking IH bar CE alpha dot common. So when I take C common, we can write it as plus 1 by C dou A by dou T. So this is ICEH bar alpha dot del phi plus 1 by C dou A by dou T. What is del phi plus 1 by C dou A by dou T? We know the expression for electric field in terms of scalar potential phi and vector potential EA as electric field E is equal to minus del phi minus 1 by C dou A by dou T. Electric field energy we are giving E, so I am giving italic C for electric field. So this is electric field. Electric field intensity E is equal to minus del phi minus 1 by C dou A by dou T. So here del phi plus 1 by C dou A by dou T, I can take it as minus C. So that term becomes minus ICEH bar alpha dot E. So this one I am taking it as equation number 6. So in equation 3, these two terms, instead of these two terms, we can write it as minus ICEH bar alpha dot E. So these two terms I am replacing with minus ICEH bar alpha dot E. Now we have to simplify the last term alpha dot Cp minus EA the whole square. Now we will do that. This I am writing it as equation number, that one is 6. So this one alpha dot E minus, this term I am writing here, minus alpha dot Cp minus Ca, the whole square, the whole thing operating on psi equal to 0. This I am writing it as equation number 7. And now I am going to simplify the last term. Last term is alpha dot Cp minus Ea the whole square. For that we are using the identity that we already studied in the starting of this topic. Alpha dot B into alpha dot C. What is this one? Alpha dot B into alpha dot C is B dot C plus I sigma prime dot B cross C. Alpha dot B into alpha dot C equal to B dot C plus I sigma prime dot B cross C. Now taking B and C are same, then it will be alpha dot B into alpha dot B. So it will be B dot B, that is B square plus I sigma prime dot B cross B. Don't take B cross B as 0. We can take B cross B as 0 only when the components of B commutes each other. We don't know Bx, By. Bx and By are commuting or not. If they are not commuting, then we cannot write B cross B as 0. So write it as B cross B. So it will be alpha dot B. Alpha dot B into alpha dot B is alpha dot B square. So alpha dot B square equal to B square plus I sigma prime dot B cross B. If the components are commuting each other, then we can write it as alpha dot B the whole square equal to B square only when the components Bx, By and Bz are commuting each other. So this one alpha dot, instead of B, operator B, we are having Cp minus Ea. So in a similar way we can write alpha dot Cp minus Ea the whole square equal to, instead of B we are having Cp minus Ea. So it will be Cp minus Ea the whole square plus I sigma prime dot Cp minus Ea cross Cp minus Ea. Cp minus Ea, it is operating on wave function psi. So the whole thing operating on wave function psi. So the first term we are having Cp minus Ea the whole square operating on wave function psi. Now this term Cp minus Ea into Cp minus Ea. Cp minus Ea cross Cp minus Ea operating on wave function psi. This we can write it as Cp cross Cp. What is Cp cross Cp? C is constant, so it is P cross P. P, we know that the Px, Py, Pz are commuting each other. If we are having the components commuting each other, we can take it as 0. So P cross P equal to 0 since the components are commuting each other. A cross A is equal to 0. Ax, Ay and Az are commuting each other. Now we are having P cross P, then P cross A. Next term is minus Ce into P cross A operating on wave function psi. P cross A. Now A cross P minus Ec minus Ce A cross P. A cross P operating on wave function psi. A cross P. Now A cross A is 0. Now give the operator P as minus IH bar del. Then this one will be minus Ce. P is minus IH bar del cross A psi. It is minus IH bar del cross A psi minus Ce A cross minus IH bar del psi. So this one will be plus ICEH bar del cross A psi. Here also plus ICEH bar. So ICEH bar we can take it as common. ICE H bar del cross A psi then plus A cross del psi. Del cross A psi plus A cross del psi. We know the expansion of del cross A psi, where A is a vector function and psi is a scalar function. This is a product of vector function and a scalar function. Del cross A psi is equal to del cross A operating on psi plus del psi cross A. So its expansion is del cross A psi, where A is vector function and psi is scalar function, which is given by del cross A psi plus del cross I cross del psi cross A. Here it is A cross del psi, so we can write this as del cross A psi minus A cross del psi. Del psi cross A is equal to minus A cross del psi. So when I substitute del cross A psi as del cross A psi minus A cross del psi, this is plus A cross del psi. So these two terms will get cancelled. So we will be having ICEH bar del cross A psi. So we will be having del cross A psi, we can write it as del cross A into psi minus A cross del psi. This term and this one will get cancelled. So we will be having ICEH bar del cross A into psi. What is del cross A? Del cross A is nothing but magnetic field intensity B. So instead of this del cross A, we can write it as ICEH bar B. This is magnetic field intensity B. So this last term, which one is Cp minus Ca? Now alpha dot Cp minus Ca the whole square. Instead of that term, I am writing ICEH bar B. So this term we will be having, I have written only for this term Cp minus Ca into Cp minus Ca, it is ICH bar B. Now here it is I sigma prime dot Cp minus Ca into Cp minus Ca. So for this term we have calculated this term as ICEH bar B. So instead of this term, instead of this one, we can substitute the value ICEH bar B. So this term it will be ICEH bar B operating on wave function psi. So what is alpha dot Cp minus Ea the whole square operating on psi? That will be Cp minus Ea the whole square plus I sigma prime dot ICEH bar B. This we can write it as Cp minus Ea the whole square. Then this I square is minus CEH bar sigma prime dot B operating on wave function psi. This is equation number 8. So this term alpha dot Cp minus Ea, we are substituting the value Cp minus Ea the whole square minus CEH bar alpha dot B. So instead of this term minus of alpha dot Cp minus Ea the whole square, instead of that term I am substituting minus this one minus of this one. So this is minus and this one becomes plus, minus Cp minus Ea the whole square, then minus plus CEH bar sigma prime dot B. The whole thing operating on wave function psi equal to 0. So we have simplified that equation where two new terms containing electric field intensity E and magnetic field intensity B appears, and the other terms, this E minus E phi the whole square minus m square c raised to 4, that is identical with the Schrodinger equation for free particle, and when we take this term along with this one, E minus E phi the whole square minus m square c raised to 4 minus Cp minus Ea the whole square, E minus E phi the whole square minus m square c raised to 4 minus Cp minus Ea the whole square. These three terms represent the Schrodinger's relativistic wave equation in the case of electromagnetic field, and in Dirac equation we are having two additional terms. They are minus ICE h bar alpha dot E plus CE h bar sigma prime dot B. These two additional terms that appear the whole in this I equal to 0 equation number 8. These two terms are not appearing in relativistic Schrodinger equation. These terms we are only having in the case of Dirac relativistic wave equation. The significance of that wave equation we can obtain by assuming the following things. The physical significance of last two terms can be obtained by assuming that E equal to E prime plus mc square, where the term E prime and E phi are very less compared to the rest mass energy mc square. We are assuming E prime, E phi much less compared to mc square. E is taken as E prime plus mc square. So substituting that value in this equation, I am taking the first two terms, E minus E phi the whole square minus m square c raised to 4. This I can write it as E minus E phi minus mc square into E minus E phi plus mc square. A square minus b square, a minus b into a plus b form. So E, I am writing it as E, we can write it as E prime plus mc square. So it will be E prime plus mc square minus E phi minus mc square. So this mc square will get cancelled into E prime plus mc square minus E phi plus mc square. So this term will be E prime minus E phi, E prime minus E phi, and these terms, this term can be simplified as E prime minus E phi plus 2mc square, mc square, mc square. So it will be 2mc square. And I already assumed that E prime and E phi are much less compared to mc square. So this E prime minus E phi, it will be very less compared to 2mc square. So this second term I can write it as 2mc square. 2mc square. So this is approximately equal to E minus E phi into 2mc square. So equation 8 becomes, equation 8, I am replacing the first two terms by E prime minus E phi into 2mc square, then minus Cp minus Ea the whole square minus ICE h bar alpha dot E plus CE h bar sigma prime dot B operating on wave function psi is equal to 0. Dividing throughout by 2mc square, I am dividing by 2mc square. Dividing this equation by 2mc square. When I divide by 2mc square, this will go from here. Here I will be dividing, this one is minus. I will be dividing by 2mc square. Take c common from both these terms. So when it is taken out, it will be c square. So c square will get cancelled. So take c common from these two terms, then it will be p minus ea by c the whole square. 1 by 2m into p minus ea by c the whole square. Now here divide by 2m c square, 2m c square. So this c square and c will get cancelled. It is ie h bar by 2mc. Then here divide by 2m c square. This c square and c will get cancelled. So it will be e h bar by 2mc sigma prime dot b. Now keep the term e prime psi on left and all other terms to right hand side. We can write this equation as e prime psi is equal to, on the right hand side we are having minus, this term will become plus p minus ea by c the whole square, 1 by 2m into p minus ea by c the whole square. This minus e phi, that will become plus e phi. Now this one plus I E h bar by 2mc alpha dot E. Then this term taking to right hand side, it will be minus E h bar by 2mc sigma prime dot B, the whole thing operating on wave function psi. This I am taking it as equation number 9. See this equation. So when you replace E prime by E, this equation, the left hand side and the first two terms of right hand side, this equation is similar to that of Schrodinger's relativistic equation, Schrodinger's equation in electromagnetic potential. E psi equal to P minus Ea by C the whole square by 2m plus E phi. So this equation is Schrodinger's wave equation in electromagnetic field, where phi is scalar potential and A is vector potential, and we are having two additional terms. Here the term involving magnetic field, is minus E h bar sigma prime by 2mc dot b. So this term is equivalent to minus mu dot b, the energy term which is due to the interaction of magnetic dipole with the magnetic field. So this term is identical to the term, the potential, the energy term which is due to interaction of magnetic moment with the external magnetic field. So this term, the dot product with the B, the term which is having dot product with the B, that can be assumed as the magnetic moment of Dirac particle. So this can be taken as this E h bar sigma prime by 2mc, that can be taken as the magnetic moment, which is not having any classical analog. So Dirac equation, we can automatically obtain the expression for magnetic moment, and we got the expression for magnetic moment as magnetic moment of electron as E h bar sigma prime by 2mc, E h bar sigma prime by 2mc, or we can write it as E by 2mc into S, where S is equal to half h bar sigma prime. We will identify the operator half h bar sigma prime as the spin angular momentum. We can identify, later we will show that the term half h bar sigma prime represents the spin angular momentum. So if half h bar sigma prime is a spin angular momentum, then the magnetic moment is given by Es by 2mc, where S is equal to half h bar sigma prime. So this is the expression for magnetic moment of electron. So this we can obtain from Dirac Hamiltonian in the case of electromagnetic potential. Okay, thank you.